scary to think that it can get that much worse, but it absolutely can.
With BC already on track to break another annual record for overdose deaths, advocates are calling on the provincial government to step up before the numbers get even worse.
While our provincial government, has not put in much support for safe supply, we're going to continue seeing levels of death like this. And it's devastating.
The BC Coroner Service reports nearly 500 people in the province lost their lives to toxic illicit drugs in the first 3 months of 2021. Last month alone, 158 suspected overdose deaths were recorded. That's a 41% jump from March of last year.
The restrictions and the shutdown of some services, these are big contributing factors.
A year after the province announced new guidelines for prescribing safe drugs, Jordan Westfall with the Canadian Association for Safe Supply says provincial initiatives to address the overdose crisis just aren't enough.
It's been devastatingly slow. It's been, we were first promised an expansion to the dual risk mitigation guidelines in August 2020, and we're going on 8 months now later. And we just saw the BC budget come out and no money allocated for safe supply.
In response to March's overdose numbers, Minister of Mental Health and Addiction, Sheila Malcolmson, says the government is ramping up treatment and recovery services, adding new treatment beds and trailblazing solutions like prescribed safe supply and nurse prescribing. The federal government has committed $15 million over 4 years to support safer supply projects in BC.
And each project will support about 50 to 100 people. So that's 300 or 400 people that have a safe supply. But that means there's about 82 to 83,000 people who struggle with opioid dependence alone in BC who won't get access. So it's a drop in the bucket, unfortunately.
The highest number of drug toxicity deaths this year are in Vancouver, Surrey, and Victoria. RCMP in Surrey say there have been 6 of them in this past week alone.
We're urging people who do use drugs in the community to please exercise caution at this time, and we strongly urge people not to use drugs alone.
It's a message that Westfall is also reminding people of as the COVID-19 pandemic carries on alongside the overdose crisis.
What's best public health practices for the rest of BC for people who aren't at risk of overdose is the opposite for us.
Miranda Fatur, City News.